Hello Tarot fans, welcome to another edition of Blue Sicx Tarot. I'm your fantastic host Blue Sicx. Thank you very much for watching. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscription. You can even leave a comment at the bottom. You can also follow me on the social medias. Now, in this series of videos, I'll be doing readings for Valentine's Day for every star sign. I'll be releasing a video every 6 hours from this point. The deck I'll be using for these readings are the Romantic Tarot. Last year I did a review of them, so if you wish to see them, I'll leave a link in the description and you can follow along with those. And now this reading will be for all you lovely Sagittarius out there. Without further ado, roll on that intro. Okay then Sagittarius, let's see how your Valentine's going to go. So if I've not covered your star sign yet, with patience I'll be doing a video every 6 hours for each sign, so hopefully yours will come up within due time. So without further ado, let's see what Sagittarius is like for Valentine's. So it's a simple thing, and you can use these at home. So first we start with your desires. You start with the Ten of Swords. So this is about, now this is kind of different from the traditional. So this doesn't have that negative feeling, but it has that feeling where it's not being overwhelmed, but it feels like it's the feeling of being in a situation or relationship, or finding yourself in it, or the desire is to not be in a relationship that doesn't quite gel, where they're the sort of person who, not necessarily in a negative way, but they're the sort of person who wants to go out and party, or who likes going out and doing things, and you're the sort of person who just wants to stay at home and chill and watch Netflix, that sort of thing. So the desire is to find someone more compatible in regards to likes and dislikes and activities. So you might not necessarily want to be in a situation or relationship where you're not necessarily doing the things you want to do just because the other person is suggesting to do other things. There might not be stuff you want to do, but they're a sort of person that might be very insistent on it. So you don't want to be, that's your desire is to not be there. So next card is your fears. Is the Ten of Swords, is the Five of Swords rather. So essentially the fear is just kind of not to be on your own, which is an understandable concern. Very few people like being on their own, especially in this time, around this time of year. But then so the fear is being on your own, but coming back to this, the desire is to be with the sort of person you can just chill with, without necessarily having any having to do stuff you don't really fancy doing, just because that's not really your scene. So the fear is about being so picky. So the fear here is about being so choosy and so picky that you don't wind up with anyone, which is once again always a concern, but not necessarily one you have to worry about too much, because there's lots of people out there, lots of different flavours of people. Should have phrased that differently personally, but I'm not going to edit it out. So now we have the lesson to learn, which is the Six of Coins. And so this is about, so the thing to keep in mind is kind of finding the right sort of, it's about finding the right sort of people, but more in the sense of finding the right sort of person who gives of themselves, but in a kind of way that blends with you. So the sort of person who gives off the right sort of aura, that person will probably tend to be the sort of person you wish to be in company with, and they're the sort of person who, I don't want to say they're the sort of person to kind of compromise, because there's certain things you want to do and certain things you do not want to do. This would be the sort of person who wouldn't necessarily be pushy in getting you to do things you might not necessarily do outside of your comfort zone, but they might be the sort of person to kind of go, hey, why not dip your toe rather than jump straight in. So that's the reading for Sagittarius. Capricorn, I will see you in 6 hours for your reading.